What's up, guys? It's Josh back here from Inside Wrestling Truth. Tonight's video, I just kind of wanted to talk about, old school wrestling, good wrestling, the wrestling that paved the way for what we have today. And some of the things that I miss about the old school wrestling. I just miss it, man. I miss the passion. I miss the territories. I miss the heat. I miss a lot about old school wrestling. I miss there just being the World Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series as the pay-per-views. I think now today we have way too many pay-per-views. I miss Saturday night's main event. I miss I miss that old school heat, when it used to get so mad you wanted to come through the TV, and they would do stuff. They would do stuff to where, like, you would actually sit back and second guess yourself, like, was that real? Holy shit, that looked real. We don't get that anymore. I'm not taking nothing away from the current wrestlers in the WWE and TNA and Ring of Honor and Indies. I'm not taking nothing away from none of them guys. But the good stuff that we used to see in wrestling, we just don't see it anymore. You kind of see the same thing, over and over and over. I can remember when the Horseman broke Dusty Rhodes' arm. It was on camera. He broke it with a little slugger. That was good heat. I can remember when Andre the Giant ripped Hulk Hogan's necklace off. Awesome. I can remember when Earthquake sat on Hogan, and the wrestling world thought Hogan was done. He was really making a move. I can remember Sergeant Slaughter acting like he was part of Iraq. That was epic heat. They had to change the arena that they wrestled in for WrestleMania 7 just because of that angle. I remember watching Shawn Michaels throw Marty Jannetty through the barbershop window. Killer. I remember Jake the Snake and Rick Rude. When Rick Rude was trying to mess with Jake's wife. Jake the Snake put his cobra on the Macho Man. I miss all of that. All that good heat. I miss it all. We don't have angles like that anymore. I miss the old Memphis wrestling. Jerry Lawler versus Bill Dundee. How many of you guys even know who Bill Dundee is? That's old school wrestling. They would tear up Memphis. They would tear up Louisville. They would tear up Evansville. Dutch Mantel could get some old heat. Yes, Zeb. The new guys, you young wrestling fans know him as Zeb. But he used to be Dutch Mantel, Dirty Dutch in Memphis. And he was a killer heel. Tommy Rich. I miss that old Memphis. The NWA. I miss getting up on Saturday mornings as a young man and watching Saturday morning wrestling when it actually meant something. You could get WWF early. Then an hour later, where I'm from, we would get the USWA, which was Memphis. And then in the evening, we'd get WCW. I miss during the week when TBS, would give us Clash of the Champions. Some of the best matches I ever seen. I miss when Raw was only an hour. And they would save the good matches for the pay-per-views. I miss the old groups like the Horsemen. I miss all the 80s wrestling. And the 90s. The Attitude Era. The Monday Night Wars. The NWOs. The DXs. The Hart Foundation. I miss the days when the WWF, when titles meant something. Now they don't mean anything. I miss the territories. I miss all that, man. Old school wrestling was like magic. And it's sad because it's something that we'll never see again. We get left with what we got. And in my opinion, it's not very much. It's not very much. I just miss old school wrestling, guys. You know? It was just it's so hard to describe. Even if you sit back and watch it, you can learn some things, but being part of it and growing up around that time in wrestling was something special. Something special. I know we'll never get back to the old school type of wrestling, the way the business used to be. But I just miss them. I miss those days. I miss the old school. It was just my thoughts, you know. Some of the things that I missed from the old school. I just wish younger fans would appreciate it and respect it. Because the younger fans that don't respect it and don't watch our wrestling, y'all are the ones missing out. Because if you think the product today is great, is good, tune into some of them real life feuds, some of those badass angles that you used to get back in the day. Some of the heat, some of the heel angles that they had back in the 80s, even in the 90s, were disturbing. Just disturbing. I miss watching guys like Harley Race and Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, the old NWA, the Horsemen, Nikita Koloff, the old NWA, and then which turned into WCW, had some epic moments. Everything hasn't always been about the WWE or the WWF. And you'll never learn that because they won't put that on a WWE DVD. And it's sad. It's really sad. Wrestling down in Texas, the Von Erichs, a world-class championship wrestling. Just go check out the Von Erichs versus the Freebirds. I remember when Terry Gordy slammed the cage door on Kerry Von Erich. And I can remember Ric Flair and them barely getting out of the building alive. I can remember in the WWF when Earthquake sat on Jake the Snake. I need to check out some of this old school because it's pure magic, it's pure epic, it's pure greatness, and it's pure art. It's younger fans are checking in to see. And you don't know what you're missing. That's all I really want to say about the old school. I had also heard today that Jim Ross is leaving the WWE. My thoughts on Jim Ross, outside of Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon, in my opinion, Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross were the best color commentating team. I mean, Jim Ross been in this business for years. Made a lot of catchphrases. Good old JR finally leaving WWE. And if it's true, I wish JR nothing but the best. But yeah, this is my old school video. Just wanted to kind of tell you some of the things I missed about the old school. But get your money and pay your bills, guys. Peace.